Hi everyone, welcome back to RAW.FPL. So in this one it's the Game Week 7 team selection. Game Week 6 went really well. I actually rolled my transfer. I remained patient with Watkins and Rogers and they actually delivered. So yeah, it was good game week. Triple captain went really well as well. And obviously Gabriel got that massive haul. So yeah, I'll quickly go over Game Week 6 and then I'll talk about future plans for Game Week 7. A lot of people with Salah as well looking to make the Haaland switch. So we'll discuss if that is a good move, and also Arsenal's fixtures now look really good as well. So we'll talk about that in a bit of detail as well. So if you do like this one, please do drop a like and hit subscribe if you're new, and let's jump into it. So let's just quickly go over game week 6, and yeah, it was a massive green arrow. I went from about 3.2 million to like 760k. So it was an absolutely massive green arrow. And to be fair, a lot of it was down to Haaland. Triple captain went really well. 48 points. I mean, if you watch the game and you did triple captain like me, you kind of thought an assist isn't really good enough. And then he went and got 2 goals right at the end. So, yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say lucky, but yeah, I was very fortunate that he got the 2 goals in the end. So, 48 points there. Triple captain, I would say, was a big success. Elsewhere, Gabriel, he got a big 13-point haul. Again, 96th minute. So some really, it's quite nice to be on the end of some of these 90-plus minute goals because I've had quite a few where, Bruno scored a 95th minute, Salah scored. So it's been quite nice now to get some of that back. So yeah, Gabriel. And then Rogers and Watkins both delivered. And they've got a really good fixture coming up as well. So I'll talk about that in the next section, what we're going to do with those. And then Semenyo with the 7-pointer. Elsewhere, Verts, again, another blank. I've just had enough of him, to be honest, at the moment. And then Van der Ven, Williams with the blank as well. And Kudus blanking, but he had a goal offside. And then he also hit the bar as well. So quite unlucky, Kudus. And yeah, on the bench, I've seen some people with a bench boost with like Chalobah in, which is very unlucky, and Esteve in as well. So yeah, 90 points. Up to 760,000. I've got 2 free transfers and I've got 2.8 mil in the bank, so quite a lot of flexibility. So let's take a look at game week 7. So looking ahead to game week 7, and yeah, starting in goal, Sanchez. I mean, if Chelsea can actually keep 11 men on the pitch, they actually look good defensively. But the last 2 games have had red cards. Chalobah's going to be suspended. I think Tosin looks like he's injured as well. So I've not got high hopes for a clean sheet there. I could well switch him to Dubravka, but the only thing with that is I've got double Aston Villa against Burnley. And you might say, yeah, but I've got double Liverpool against Chelsea. But I do plan to get rid of one of my Liverpool assets, which I'll talk about in a minute. So yeah, I think at the moment I'm going to play Sanchez just because, I don't expect a clean sheet from any of them, to be honest. I mean, they could just potentially, have quite a defensive game. Could be a 0-0. So, yeah, I'm just going to play Sanchez and hope for the best, really. Gabriel, go nowhere. I think he's a really good buy. Arsenal's fixtures now look really good. So, if you didn't get him, obviously, he has just got 13 points. But Arsenal now, it looks like a really good jump-on point. West Ham, Fulham, Palace, Burnley, Sunderland, Tottenham. And then potentially look to offload. But even if you have to, hold them long-term, it's not the end of the world. So I really like Arsenal assets now, both in defence and attack. I think Raya is good in net. Obviously, Gabriel, I'd pay the extra over someone like Saliba. And then the debate between Saka and Gyökeres, I don't know. I mean, for me personally, I don't want to get rid of Watkins because he's got Burnley. I'm obviously not getting rid of Haaland. So I've got a midfield spot, so I think it's a lot easier for me to get Saka. Whereas if you're the other way around, and let's say you've got Chris Wood, for example, and you want to go up to Gyökeres, then I think that makes a lot of sense. So I do think it depends what spot you've got free, whether a midfielder or a striker. If I had to pick one, if that wasn't kind of a problem, I think Gyökeres, he's obviously cheaper, and I think he is on penalties as well, and he does seem to be getting pretty much 90 minutes every game. So I think Gyökeres is probably better value, but money for me at the moment isn't really an issue. So, and also because of the way I'm set up in a 3-5-2, I think I'm probably going to go for Saka. But if you know, it's quite close. If you want Gyökeres or Saka, I mean the double up as well. You could have both. I potentially might have both going forward. But yeah, you could do that. Also, something I'm considering is I could potentially get Sanchez out for Raya. So I could do Sanchez out for Raya, and then I could get Saka in as well. So yeah, quite a lot of flexibility. But as it stands, I'm keeping Sanchez. So Gabriel, Nico Williams, it is time to jump off Forest. We've held them through these good fixtures, which they've done terrible in. And now it's Newcastle, Chelsea, Bournemouth who are flying. Man United, Leeds are doing well, Liverpool, yeah, so I don't see many clean sheets here at all. So again, I think Nico Williams is a higher priority sell than Sanchez, because Sanchez fixtures going forward, I mean, Liverpool's not good, but then it's Forest, Sunderland, Tottenham, Wolves, and then Burnley. So, yeah, I think for me, Forest defenders are a higher priority sell, which is why I'm probably looking at getting rid of Nico Williams. Potential replacements. Obviously, if you've not got Gabriel's probably number one. You could also look at, I still don't think Tottenham are too bad, but the fixtures are kind of running out a bit. Leeds, they look quite good, especially away. Then Villa, you know, there's not that many good fixtures coming up now. So, yeah, I mean, I think attacking-wise, like Kuda still looks fine, but I probably wouldn't go for the defensive assets. I think the team you want to be targeting now is certainly Arsenal. You could potentially look at getting, this is who I'm looking at as well, Dan Burn or some Newcastle players, because their fixtures are starting to look a lot better. Forest, Brighton, Fulham, West Ham, and then Brentford. And then I'm probably going to wildcard 12-13. So, yeah, I think Arsenal number one, probably Forest, probably Newcastle number two. And then, yeah, also Senesi at Bournemouth. Everyone's raving about him, and he has got defensive contributions every single game week. But I don't know. I think obviously clean sheets are just the bread and butter of defenders, and I don't know how many clean sheets they're going to get. Fulham, maybe. Palace, I don't think they'll get one. Forest, maybe, but I don't know. Ange, you know, he should get him working soon. And then it's City and then Villa. So, like, short term, I don't think they're that good. And then longer term, I could probably just pick them up on wildcard. So longer term, if you want to just, you know, pick Senesi for the long run, then fair enough. But I think if you look into sort of short to medium term, yeah, I prefer like Newcastle players, Dan Burn. So I'm eyeing up Dan Burn for Nico Williams. And then Van der Ven, happy to play him against Leeds. Semenyo against Fulham, decent enough fixture. As I say, for an attacker, I think the fixture are fine. And he's been obviously on fire. But for a defender, I don't think there's many clean sheets on the horizon there. But he does pick up defensive contributions. Senesi does. So like I say, longer term, he's all right. And then double up of Rodgers and Watkins, obviously finally returning. So if you've got them, you know, if you did stay patient like I did, then we got rewarded. I'm going to keep him for the Burnley game here, and then probably look to sell him. I'll probably look to sell Watkins first, potentially for Gyökeres against Tottenham. But if you have to keep him for Tottenham, it's not the end of the world. So we'll see what happens there. But yeah, definitely keeping Rodgers, definitely keeping Watkins. Really good fixture. Probably the best fixture of the season. So if you've got them two, I'd just keep hold of them. Gakpo and Wirtz. So yeah, Gakpo obviously got bench and Wirtz another blank. So this is where the transfer is probably going to happen. I'm probably going to do Wirtz out to Saka, because Saka's got really good fixtures. West Ham at home, great fixture for Saka. And like I said before, I want to keep Watkins, so I don't want to get Gyökeres yet. So I think I'll do Wirtz out for Saka. Gakpo, I don't think he'll get benched again for this game. He should play, but honestly, like, you know, if you've got Salah, you've got Gakpo like I do, I think it is a really good jump-off point. So if you do have Salah and you're looking to make the swap from Salah to Haaland, I think now's a good time to do it. Chelsea away, Man United, Brentford, Villa, Man City. Equally though, a lot of people probably want him back for Game Week 13, so maybe just think of a plan how to get him. And it's also viable to have both of them. I'm probably going to wildcard and have both of them in Game Week 13, because money doesn't seem to be that much of an issue right now. There's so many cheap midfielders to kind of be like enablers. So yeah, I think I'll probably do Oh, where's that gone? There we go. I'll probably do Verts out, keep Gakpo. If you do have Salah, also he's not like a must sell. You know, he's still going to get you points. He's still going to do really well. But Haaland just seems to be the pick right now, and his fixtures are really good. Captain again, Brentford a decent fixture, and then like I say, the fixtures are fine for Haaland. He's going to get chances, and then longer term, like I say, they're absolutely fine. And then yeah, on the bench, Goodmanson, Esteve, and Gui, however you say his name. So yeah, that's the team. Haaland captain again. So I'll just show you the transfers I'm thinking then. So I'm probably going to do... I think versus SAKA is definite, really. So that's how it will look there. I might then do Williams out for Dan Burn. So that's how it will look. Dan Burn against Forest at home. So I'm pretty, 90% sure I'm going to get SAKA in for Verts. And then, yeah, as normal, I'll put in the comments what I actually do. But I think I probably will get Dan Burn in. Like I say, Senesi is a good. I think he's a good pick longer term, but I'm going to wildcard in 13, probably. So I think these short term fixtures, I think Dan Burns is just better. So if you don't have a wildcard, then yeah, Senesi is probably a good pick. But for me, Dan Burns short term, the fixture is better, and then I can just wildcard him out later on. Even long term, they're fine. Like, Burnley, Sunderland. So yeah, I mean, that's the moves. Verts to SAKA, and then it'll be potentially Williams to Burn, and then Haaland captain. So yeah, that's the plan. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've got any questions, drop them in the comments. And yeah, I'll be back after the deadline. So best of luck, everyone. And I'll catch you again next time. So if you did like this one, please do drop a like and hit subscribe if you're new. And yeah, I'll see you after the deadline. Thank you for watching. Cheers.